Bobby Lee Adams was born at home on January 23, 1940, near Wingo, Kentucky, a small town in the southwestern corner of the state. While the town's population has doubled since Bobby was born, even today it numbers less than 700 people. And although musical opportunities are somewhat limited in communities populated by farmers and small merchants, Bobby's interest and fascination with music began at a very young age. His mother played basic piano and recognized her son's interest, and so at age 4, she began teaching Bobby piano. By age 9, he began formal training with a local piano teacher and then continued to study piano with various instructors throughout his high school and college career. Bobby's only opportunity to experience playing in an ensemble came when he transferred from Wingo High School to Mayfield High School, about 15 minutes north, which had the area's only complete high school band program. In the summer prior to Bobby's sophomore year, his mother took him to meet the band director at Mayfield. He agreed to take Bobby on as a cornet student that summer in preparation for joining the band the following fall. The 2 years Bobby spent in the Mayfield band had a tremendous effect on him, and it was the catalyst for him to become a music educator. He left Mayfield at the end of his junior year to follow a group of upperclassmen who were continuing on to Western Kentucky State College, now Western Kentucky University. With the support of his high school band director, he was accepted into the college music program, and after 1 year at Western Kentucky, he transferred to Moorhouse State University, where in 1962 he received a Bachelor of Arts degree in music education. His first teaching job was at a small rural school in Clear Spring, Indiana, just south of Indianapolis. The school included grades 1 through 12, and teachers were required to instruct students in multiple subjects. Bobby taught band, chorus, junior high general music, elementary music, and 9th grade general math, and sophomore commercial math. After 3 years at this school, he accepted a band position 4 hours north near South Bend, Indiana at Ligonier High School. After 1 year at this school, he returned to Clear Spring, where he taught for 2 more years. And that particular school at Clear Spring was eventually consolidated into a large school system in Brownstown, Indiana. The school consolidation marked the end of Bobby's first 6 years of public school teaching. And knowing that Clear Spring would shut its doors after the 1967-68 school year, Bobby began searching for his next position. During the summer of 1967, he was visiting his parents in Fort Myers, Florida, and while there, he contacted the local school system about the availability of any teaching jobs. In what Bobby best describes as a fortuitous coincidence, the music supervisor in that county was not only from Brownstown, Indiana. His family still lived there and owned and published the local newspaper. The music supervisor was very familiar with the accomplishments of Bobby's Clear Spring High School band and agreed to meet him for an interview. And less than 1 year later, Bobby was offered the job as director of bands at North Fort Myers High School when it became available in the spring of 1968. During the time from Bobby's last year in Indiana to the end of his first year in Florida, he managed to complete a Master of Music Education degree at Murray State University in Kentucky. Simply amazing. Bobby's move from a small, rural Indiana school to a much larger band program at North Fort Myers Junior-Senior High School represented a major challenge that was exciting and enlightening. He spent 6 years with the North Fort Myers Band before moving to Bradenton to become the band and orchestra director at a new school, Bay-Shore High School. Moving from a highly successful North Fort Myers program of 120 members to a modest Bay-Shore High School band of 27 members presented Bobby with the opportunity to build a music program. It also brought Bobby in closer contact with other successful band directors in the state, many who would soon serve as musical mentors and great friends. Jack Crew, then director of bands at Riverview High School in Sarasota, Joseph Krynas, professional musician in the state, and Frank Wicks, then director of bands at the University of Florida. In fact, Bobby's last Bay-Shore High School band was invited by Frank to perform in Gainesville at the University of Florida's President's Festival. During the summer of 1979, Bobby accepted his last public school band position at Leon High School in Tallahassee. Former directors Oliver Hobbs and F. Lewis Jones helped make Leon High School one of the legendary programs in the state of Florida, known for its consistent musical excellence. In Bobby's 8 years at Leon High School, he continued that tradition of excellence. The Leon Band was awarded many honors, and they were invited to perform for many events, including the Tri-State Festival at Florida State University, the University of South Florida Festival of Winds, the Southern Division of the Music Educators National Conference, the Florida Music Educators Association Conference, the New York State Band Directors Annual Symposium, the Mid-East Band and Orchestra Clinic, and the Southeastern United States Band Clinic here in Troy, Alabama. During his tenure at Leon High School, Bobby took the opportunity to become more involved with professional associations, and he also became an active adjudicator, clinician, and guest conductor. Never one to be idle for long, and while living in Tallahassee, he took the opportunity to continue his own education. He entered the doctoral music program at Florida State University, where he would eventually receive the Doctor of Philosophy in Music Education. It was at this time Bobby established a close personal and professional relationship with his last mentor, Dr. James Croft, Emeritus Professor of Music and Director of Bands at Florida State University, and a member of the NBA Hall of Fame of Distinguished Conductors. Bobby credits Jim Croft for introducing him to the band world at large and for being a wonderful example of professionalism that Bobby continues to emulate to this day. During the spring of 1987, the Dean of the School of Music at Stetson University in DeLand, Florida, contacted Bobby and invited him to apply for a music education position at Stetson, which had a very small music population at the time. Never one to retreat from a challenge, Bobby accepted. And while his first wind ensemble numbered close to 35 students, today the Stetson University music program is highly respected in the state of Florida, and the Stetson University Symphonic Band now numbers over 100. They have performed at numerous state, regional, and national conventions, including the American Bandmasters Association Convention in Biloxi, Mississippi, the Music Educators National Conference Convention in both Kansas City, Missouri, and Washington, D.C., the Southern Division Conference of the Music Educators National Conference in Savannah, Georgia, the College Band Directors National Association, National Band Association Southern Division Conference in both Biloxi, Mississippi, and Atlanta, Georgia, the Kentucky Music Educators Conference in Louisville, the Florida Music Educators Conference in both 1991 and 2003 in Tampa, and numerous concert programs of the Florida Bandmasters Association. Honored and recognized by his peers, Bobby has served as president of the Florida Music Educators Association, president of the Southern Division of the Music Educators National Conference, president of the Southern Division of the College Band Directors National Association, president of the Florida Bandmasters Association, and most recently, he served as president of the National Band Association. In addition, Bobby has presented sessions at the International Conference of the World Association of Symphonic Bands and Ensembles in Sweden, the British Association of Symphonic Bands and Wind Ensembles Conference in Manchester, England, the International Band and Orchestra Clinic in Chicago, and numerous conferences of the Music Educators National Conference, the National Association for Music Education, the College Band Directors National Association, and the American School Band Directors Association. Bobby frequently writes lectures on topics such as the emotional response to music, the psychology of performance, the evaluation of music, aspects of rehearsals, magic in music, the business of professional organizations, and various other aspects of music education. His articles have appeared in the Journal of Band Research, the National Band Association Journal, the National Band Association Newsletter, and the Florida Music Directory. In 1994, Bobby set 2 milestones. He finished the Doctor of Philosophy degree in music education at Florida State, and more importantly, he married the former Ann Ward of White Pigeon, Michigan. Dr. Ann Adams is professor of oboe in music education at Stetson University, a member of the Bach Festival Orchestra of Winter Park, and a freelance musician throughout the Central Florida area. Bobby has 3 children. Leanne, who lives in Duluth, Minnesota, Michael, who lives in Tallahassee, Florida, and Jennifer, who lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma. In 1996, Bobby was presented with the Leadership Award for Music Education by the Florida Music Educators Association. In 1998, he received the Hand Award for Excellence in Research at Stetson University, and in 2004, he was inducted into the Florida Music Educators Hall of Fame. In the summer of 2006, he was honored in the first class of the Signature Sinfonian, a national award presented by Phi Mu Alpha Sinfonia at their national convention in Cleveland. Bobby is currently chairman of the Florida Bandmasters Association Hall of Fame's Board of Directors. In addition to his Stetson responsibilities, Bobby is the founder and conductor of the Southern Winds Wind Symphony, an adult ensemble made up of Stetson faculty, former students, band directors, and other professional musicians. Founded in 2001, this ensemble performs annually at the Florida Bandmasters Association summer conventions and their Hall of Fame Roll of Distinction concerts. This last year, Bobby celebrated 50 years of teaching music, 25 years in high school, and now 25 years at Stetson University. His influence in the state of Florida is undeniable. He continues to conduct all state honor bands and orchestras throughout the United States, and he is an elected member of Phi Beta Mu and the American Bandmasters Association. This past December, at the International Midwest Band and Orchestra Clinic in Chicago, Bobby was elected into the National Band Association's Academy of Wind and Percussion Arts, one of NBA's highest honors. And right now, he is currently on sabbatical leave from Stetson to write a book on the art of interpreting music. Those who know Bobby well will attest to his keen intellect and his undeniable passion for music, education, and the arts. Not many people know he is an accomplished concert pianist. And under a seemingly austere personality, he still has the ability to portray childlike delight for the most simple things. Bobby's commitment to his students is immeasurable. He is not only a lifelong learner, he is a lifelong teacher. There is no doubt Bobby Adams has done the same thing his mentors did for him. He has left an indelible mark on his students as well as his colleagues. Bobby's friends will tell you he is never one to shy away from a colorful story or a clever limerick, but he also has a serious side, a side which promotes and champions bands at all levels. Bobby was recently quoted by one of his students during a performance in Florida at the Florida Music Educators Association Conference in Tampa this past month. At the beginning of the concert of the 2013 Florida All-State Grade 11-12 Symphonic Band, of which Bobby was the conductor, he proceeded to walk onto the stage, and not up to the podium. He turned to the audience and proceeded to say, "Our program includes a choral work, an original band work, and a major orchestral work. I'm not bragging or anything, but the band can do it all. Would you please welcome to the stage a true musician, a true scholar, and a true champion of bands and band music education, Dr. Bobby Lee Adams and his wife, Anne."
Stumbling around is more than a little embarrassing. It reminds me of a cartoon I saw one time of this, I know David Bond, but this very royal Englishman with large and sash and whiskers and stuff, and he's addressing the group and he says, "I've just been talking with one of the world's leading authorities on how much is appropriate to drink before making such a speech. And he said, and tonight I think I got it wrong." So, one of the things I said to people that the shape that I'm in, The only advantage is people can't tell when you're drunk. You won't say either way. So. But this is a serious occasion, so I won't get at an occasion like this, I mean, mostly what I feel is to thank so many people, and it's, I mean, nobody gets to wherever they get by themselves, and there's always, everybody in this room can tell the same story, but, you know, first and foremost, got to thank Johnny Long and Troy University for this, that they do for us. This is just amazing, and we do thank John. And the National Band Association, I mean, Roy Holder here, John Moorhouse, and the leaders in that, and Linda, where'd you go, Linda? Yeah, thank you. Linda and I have worked a lot together. She's put up with me a lot, and all that leadership, and the opportunity I had, when Paula Kreider one time slipped into the back of an NBA meeting when I was at the board, and she whispered in my ear, she said, would you let your name be put in for president of NBA? And I'd already decided if that ever came, I would not do it. And so she said that, and I'm sitting there, my hands start shaking. And then I said, whispering, well, yeah, I guess. And then I was immediately sick in my stomach. What have I done? And it was, it's turned out to be one of the greatest things that's happened to me. Linda mentioned my family that are here. I have two brothers here and two of my kids and their spouses and people. And I have some former students here that I'm so glad came. And FBA people, Richard Davenport and Randy Folsom, thank you guys for coming. We were all together in Tampa just recently. And Ann's parents and her sister are over here, Ken and Lois Ward and Donna. And I better mention my older brother's name, he'd be upset. Don and his wife Peggy, Jim and his wife Barbara, my son Mike and his wife Linda, my daughter Jennifer. Jennifer's married, but her husband's just not here, so I thought. Doug Phillips, special, former student of mine that's doing the Stetson band now. John Seth, just, and his wife Michelle, John motivates me, he laughs at everything I say. Boy, that's really reinforcing. But all the guests that I have, and, you know, a special guest, now, you know, it's hard to listen to your stuff there that they read off, and so I'm afraid to introduce this person that I get sentimental. Already did that, but anyway, Cliff Benson, my major professor at Florida State University, and his wife Mary, and I'm so glad you're here. He, when they asked me in the interview about what got me interested in writing the emotional response to music and all that stuff, well, that all came. When I was nearly 50, I started, we worked together over 8 years, and I said in the interview, he opened doors for me. I didn't even know where the door was. I didn't know any of that stuff, and he changed, his influence changed my life. And so all that, those of you that read the NBA Journal, that have read my stuff, that all comes from Cliff. And I'm so glad it does. And you know, I'm so thankful to everything and everybody. I never thought this day would ever be in my life. And I also have to say, and I don't know how you identify this, but I appreciate and love the fact that we get opportunities. If you didn't get opportunities, you'd be stuck somewhere. And I've had a lot of opportunities, and I tried to take those that I thought was best. So, thank you very much.